What's up, everyone? The Vibe Kage here. I'm trying something new to record. Um, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I mean new, I mean like I didn't know it was possible. So I don't know if I feel like if I should call myself a dumbass because I feel kind of stupid because of this. So true shit. Apparently, after the recent update with my phone, feature unlocked is screen recording, and I didn't know that you know it could do that. And you know what? If it could, I take the L. I'm not ashamed to admit that I was probably too dumb to even look it up to see, hey, can it do this now? Or what version of this could have this feature? And since I never looked it up, I feel dumb as shit. So, yeah. So I'm just gonna test this out, see how this goes. If this, works, then fuck. I don't know what to tell y'all then, because I was using a recording app, but if this works better, then it works better. I don't know. Um, Enough with a backstory. Sorry. What if Naruto was in Deku Part 4, I think? Where I last left off, Deku had finished fucking Tamari and Fu. Hold up. Let me turn up my brightness because I can't see dick. Anyway, to continue on with our story, um, Izuku and Naruto are hired to escort Tamari back to the Sand Village, and from there, they got permission to go to the land of Uzu. The land of Whirlpool, Uzumaki National Land, if you will. Naruto wanted to go there to see if he could find something useful, some old scrolls, like an excadiv. I believe it's pronounced. I can't say it actually. Excavation? Excavation? No, Excavation. Excavation. I want to say it's Excavation, like 99% sure. However, pretty much where they go, dig up some ruins, find up research. Since Naruto isn't Uzumaki, he should have an easier time to get there. Deku, being big brain, should be able to help Naruto not die. And since Deku was given the rank of a Chunin for, bodying the elders, not elder, defeating the Hyugas, so he proved his worth. And then his little chakra pills, as, we go on. Now we do a time skip of 3 weeks, because in 2 weeks it took him to go to the whirlpool. So 1 week for Tamari, drop her off at the sand. They rested, gathered supplies, and then went off on their mission. As yes, they are now in the land of Whirlpool, and there is something special that I will admit that will happen. You see, during their travels, there was this one girl who she was running away because there was this, I guess you could say, woman. She was wearing this black coat with red clouds. She was able to make her body like paper and then organize that paper. I think it was paper style. Naruto and Izuku were confused because they weren't thinking anyone should be close to the land of the land of Izu, the land of the whirlpools. So yeah, she's running, but yes, as Deku decides to try out one of his newest transmutations that he had redone using the jutsu formulas and remodernizing it, using his own blood and chakra to make it where anyone could use it. Since something he is starting to realize, his chakra seems to be malleable, more malleable than most people. It has the ability to become, grafted to anyone. It can be grafted to anyone, given to anyone, and there'd be no rejection. There's no negative downsides. As I do love this one. It's Ether by Zed Deads and Death Impact, because it's fucking great. As back to the what if. Naruto, he lets Izuku go. And Kona, she's thinking nothing's bad's gonna happen. So she's getting ready with her paper shuriken. She's throwing it because Izuku decides to step in. Izuku was able to use his swift style, which Konan was surprised at. And when her paper shuriken were to hit Izuku, he uses his steel style to protect his body from taking any damage. She's just like, what the? As Izuku's saying, I see you're curious about my jutsus. I mean, a secret for a secret? Tosses a 3-prong kunai and catches it as he's saying, so, I gotta ask, is yours paper style? He throws the kunai towards Konan. Konan is just saying, and what is it to you? As, she dodges the kunai words right behind her head, which Izuku's just saying, oh, nothing. As when he snaps in the 3-prong kunai, you would see the... I'm gonna just zoom in to see if this works. Yeah, this one with the little salamander, this little lizard, the fire alchemy. Yeah, he snaps his fingers. It glows red, a spark of red electricity, as it's right behind Konan. So Konan did not know this, but big butt, as yes, Konan's thick. I said nothing. As the explosion covers a solid 20-foot radius, so she got caught up in that massive explosion. The kunai then returns to Izuku, as, flying ranging back to him on the other side. Konan, she fell down, as, she's just like, what kind of jutsu? And next thing she knows, Izuku's there, hand on her forehead, and she goes, nights. She's asleep. Now, yes, Izuku is using dark style. He's absorbing her chakra. He finds it very refreshing, as, he's not used to using this jutsu, so he didn't mean to make it that big of an explosion. It just is a lot more. So, continuing on with the what if, he takes this girl, she is a blonde brunette, if you will, blue eyes, pinkish, shinobi kunoichi gear, with some black stocking patterns around to cover her, belly and thighs. As she's saying she was separated from her master, who, they were after. The woman said, if you just tell me the location of your master, I'll let you go. She refused, and, then it's just like, well, okay, then I'm gonna just have to take you, and, he'll have to just turn himself over or something. If he don't do that, then we'll just kill you, and we'll find another way. So, yeah, she's confused on why they would want her master. They're saying he has this, a biju inside them. What's a biju? As she shakes her head, not knowing, as Naruto and Izuku look at each other and they're like, "Fuck, we gotta try something, my guy." What do you mean we gotta try something? Well, what I mean is just, where is your master? Izuku just says so bluntly. Naruto's just like, dude, we're supposed to be training on a mission, not helping people. I mean, I get you, like, yeah, help people, good, but no, don't do this. As Izuku's just like giving Naruto the look of, hey, you can stay here if you want then. Let me just take it back to the master. Not a single word is said, but it's just, the look is known. So, yes, as Hotaru, the girl introduces herself finally, says her master Utakata. If you don't know who that is, that's the Six Tails Jinchuriki, the Rokubai, the one who holds Saiken, which, yes. Oh, yes. As, she says they got separated after the battle on a bridge. They had that's when the paper woman first attacked them. From there, he says meet back at the base, but, she couldn't find him. Instead, when she thought she found him, it was Konan, and Konan started to attack her and saying, "Oh, hey, I heard him say something about a base. Yo, tell me where that is." No, tell me where that is, though. I'm like, quit playing, though. Come on. If you want to live, just tell me where the base is, and we'll be good. As she refused, and chasing, Izuku gets, the V, the win, the W. As Hotaru, she's looking at Izuku with, my savior. As we're doing it. Hadam for Izuku. And I decided why not. So, well, don't worry. Naruto's gonna get a special princess here in a little bit because I decided on something fun, and if this legit do not work, I would be low-key sad because yeah. So, going back to the what if, as Naruto takes Izuku and Hotaru, and they're going to go find Utakata. Just return the master. After that, it should be fine. The master had saved her at one point, but Izuku's her savior. Another person, just slightly different. Izuku actually decides, if she wants, he can give her some special kunai that would work similar. It's an area of effect one, but you'd have to pump a lot of chakra into the seal before, my trigger was a snap one for the combustion, for ignition. As, I just said, a lot. So, he says, he points to the one that has a S and a line through it with 3 lines in between and then 2 circles around it. The one right next to the lizard. As he's saying this one is more water manipulation. He decided to incorporate water in all of its glorious aspects. She's saying, what do you mean? As he's saying, this allows, the manipulation of water by either rapidly heating it up, causing it to turn into steam, boiling water, or freeze the area around it for ice. As, her eyes widen, as she's saying, wait, you mean, yep, water style, boil style, and ice style. As he spins another 3-prong kunai with the same writing, as he hands it to her, as he's saying, here, a gift from me to you, and if you want, I can help train you, or you can have the seals. As, she's saying, well, how would I be able to use the seals without needing kunais? Just doing jutsus. As Izuku's, if you get the marking, and she's saying, yeah, let's do the marking. As Izuku's just like, you see, I would love to. However, in order for you to use it in the way you're thinking, I'm gonna have to need to draw a really big seal on your body. As, that doesn't give him a lot of room. So, she's just saying how big the seal is. She's just like, oh. As, she realizes she's a petite girl. She doesn't have a lot of space to, draw on. So, this might be tricky. So she's just like, how big are we talking about? As Izuku's just saying, as he gulps, big is your sternum, ribcage, or back, stomach, or lower back? As, she then realizes, damn, being short sucks even more. As, she's thinking, I have to literally be shirtless in front of this boy somehow. Or, just be comfortable with him seeing, just drawing and painting on her stomach and, you know, touching her stomach constantly, or her back. She's maybe thinking her back, but then she realizes, hey, maybe not her back. As in this timeline, I will say she does not have the scroll implanted in her back like how they had it in the other timeline, because that shit looked disgustingly monstrous, grotesquely just vomit material. So no, that's not on there. It's just plain back, silky smooth. As she's saying, you know, she brushes her hair and tucks it to the side as she turns her back to Izuku. As she says, you know, she says it with a blush. Will my back just do this? Izuku's just like, yeah, okay. As, you know, he would still draw the regular transmutation seal, as then he'd sing, now he has to draw the jutsu formula. As he then asks her, where are the locations that she wants to, you know, use her ability of rapidly cooling or rapidly raising the temperature of the water from freezing to boiling to steam. As, you know, she's saying her hands, and he's just saying, where else? Her feet, you know, just in case, you know, she needs to make an ice spike or, you know, push off with a steam kick or something. She says it with a joyous smile. As Izuku's just saying, I'm gonna need to write the jutsu formula over those body parts. As then she's just like, okay. They connect to the circle. As then she realizes, aw, fuck. You could have told me this at the beginning. As Izuku's just saying, would it have stopped you? As then she thinks, as she wanted to say no. She really did, but at the same time, she's just like carrying the kunais, or just this one instance that she can, you know, never say happened and call it good. So, yeah. Naruto's just chuckling, and Kurama's laughing his ass off as well. As this is when Izuku decides to, you know, try and make it seem like it's fair, as he's saying, well, it's fine. I have a girlfriend back in the sand and in the leaf. As she's just saying, you have two of them? As Izuku's just saying, fuck. That was probably not the right thing to say. As, damn, someone's closing the door. As, oh shit, that is a good song too. Born for This by The Score. As Naruto, he leaves the two alone for Deku to finish the transmutation seal and jutsu formula. He writes it around her arms, palms, back of the hands, on her fingertips. He proceeds to paint her paint lines to connect it to her back, and then from her back to connect to her legs. He had to carefully make it split to just before her hips on the tailbone, as then it goes down her thighs. You know, it was tickling, as it would then have to wrap inside of her thighs, you know, to cover more. It would make one line around her inner thigh for both, travel back down in two separate lines going in tangent, and make another circle in the soles of her feet and the soles of her in her palms, and in the back of her hands, and, you know, her foot, like with a, yeah, I guess the base of the foot. I don't know what to say. I don't know. There's also one on her ankle, and by extension her elbows. You know, she was confused on why Izuku's taking this precaution, as he's saying, you know, it would be a point. You know, he tried to say as a joke to get the point across. As she just shook her head with no with the pun, as, you know, she's covering her chest with one arm, and she's just like, hurry up, it's cold. As Izuku's just like, okay, as he weaves a few hand signs and proceeds to, do a sealing jutsu formula that would cause the jutsu formula to burn slightly. It glows, infuses into her body, disappearing, and, you know, unbeknownst to her, as the chakra glow of the text would slowly fade out and go all towards her back, and towards where the original transmutation seal is stemming from. Goes in, fully glows, as then, the painting that was on her body just disappears. And thus she can now use the water transmutation seal without actually needing to do any, extra push besides adding chakra. And kind of just water bending, psychic bending this bullshit. It kind of hacking this, as, Naruto sees this as he's thinking this is fucking cool as shit. So he even asked Naruto, well, not Naruto, but Izuku to, help him out with this. Help him out with some of these. He wants the fire one. He wants the water one. He wants anyone that he can give him. As Izuku twitches, like his eyebrow, because he's kind of annoyed how Naruto's doing this. As, he then realizes he's collected chakra from the One Tails, the Two Tails. He's collected chakra from the Seven Tails and the Nine Tails, and some from the Eight Tails. He decides, according to this girl, this person is like Naruto, so he should have one of the missing Jinchurikis. Izuku says, fine, but you're gonna need to give me some of Kurama's chakra. And a good amount of it. As Naruto's just saying, what? Why? Don't worry about it. Just do it. As, we time skip to when, Izuku had filled an entire room overlapping jutsu formula of the flame and water alchemy alongside the far left corner one, the one with riding in the bottom of the triangle, the one with only one triangle and two circles overlapping. As that one is a form, I guess you could say would be his earth bending. Mustang's is fire bending in a sense. And then the water one is water bending. It's not, but I'm summarizing for those who've never seen it. As, hold up. Oh, that shit hurt. Damn. Hey, this song is a fucking banger, not lie. Damn. Shit, that hurt. As, Naruto, he's excited. He's already given up some of Kurama's chakra. Kurama, he's excited to see how this will work too, As Naruto, before he decides to do this, he decides to ask Kurama, lend some of your chakra to this. What do you mean? Put some of your chakra into this jutsu formula. Izuku is just like, interesting idea there. I kind of have something similar in my head. But he doesn't say that. But we're going on. As Kurama begrudgingly agrees, so he pumps chakra through Naruto, and Naruto would help put his blood in the jutsu formulas that he's about to get imprinted on his own body. Now, unbeknownst to them, the jutsu formula that is, on the seal that holds Kurama within Naruto is overlapped with all three of these Uzumakis, which this seal is also from the Uzumakis. So we about to activate some new shit. As Izuku activates the jutsu, the room glows blue, red, lightning sparks from both areas, from Naruto and all the jutsu writing formula. As then Naruto screams out in pain As then Kurama yells out in pain, as Izuku's confused on what's going on. As, the jutsu continues on, Izuku can't stop this, no one can stop this, as, they're yelling out his pain, and then the jutsu all, just like how it went with Kotaru, or Hotaru? Hotaru? I want to say it was Hotaru. Hotaru? My neighbor Totoro. Nah, wrong one. As the jutsus all disappear, there's no markings originally where they were supposed to be. Naruto wanted, one on each arms, on his shoulders, on his hands, on his back, all three to line up. And nothing. It's weird. In fact, Naruto's body's glowing, but his skin is still the same. It's like his clothes slow down by Zeded and Jenna Pemwoski. I might have said the last name wrong, but I fucking love that song. As Naruto, Izuku, and Kurama have unknowingly activated, perfected KCM mode. KCM mode evolved with Naruto's basic form. So, whenever Naruto wants to use Kurama's chakra rather than a tailed cloak now, he gains this. As there's an added benefit to his body now gaining pure chakra like this. All the extra wasted chakra that would have been the cloak that's used for defensive properties is now all refined and compact down. Think of like when steel is folded over for a sword. The more it's folded over, the stronger it gets. So, Naruto has gained one of the most important buffs in the whole series, and he's no more older than, 14. Izuku, just for the sake of this time frame, he is on the verge of turning 16. So, Izuku smiles as, he's happy at what just happened, because he realizes this is perfected, Jinchurikism in a sense. A seal that allowed the user to access, the Nine-Tails chakra without actually hurting the user. A seal over a seal that wasn't even supposed to be. Izuku's just like, this is awesome! He's ecstatic. As Naruto, Kurama, they're still two separate beings. The cage is still intact, it's just the cage now has scribbles all over it, and, in the sewage, the jutsu formula is just plastered everywhere. I had to fight off a burp. As... oh, fuck. Oh, damn. That yawn came out of nowhere. As Naruto, him and Izuku would stare at each other for a few minutes. Naruto finally smiles as he's saying, this is weird. As, Kurama's saying, the cage, he was able to change the shape of it. Completely restructure it. Because he thought, it was kind of cramped. He really wanted a bed. So, inside his mindscape, the cage glowed. That probably would have been the proper word. As it glowed. And then restructured itself to form, and this is with Kurama in it too, even the water was affected, because there's water. So it even turned into a bed. Like a fur bed similar to that cats and dogs would use. A pet bed, if you will. As Kurama's just like, what is this? Of course there's still the whole seals around it, and when Kurama, he could lift up two paws, stand on the bed, but, he couldn't get off. He was bound to it, like 2 feet or 2 of his tails had to be on that bed. If not, he would feel himself losing all of his power. and Naruto would inadvertently go into KCM mode. This is a good one. Shake. As this kind of complicated the relationship a little bit with Naruto and Kurama, because this kind of restructures the whole we're going to be cool with each other, because Kurama's now bound to Naruto in a new way that neither Naruto or Izuku thought would happen. So, yes, Izuku does feel bad, but in the name of science, I feel like that just makes it like an excuse. So, sorry, not sorry. However, this does lead room for special things because, Naruto asks Izuku, what about you? As Izuku saying his is not done yet. He's gonna do more research, figure out more how to make his own. He's still trying to figure out what would be the best fit for him. There's so many scrolls that he can just research through. As I didn't want to find it, but think of all the transmutation seals that have been shown in all of FMA, because I couldn't find them all either if I wanted to. So even from the movies and Brotherhood and I wasn't trying to yawn, hitting my chest. So FMA and then FMA Brotherhood, with Dante and that weird necklace that was able to change the way how the air would look, like how Sparky Blue Man would use his bending, almost kind of weird. Conquerors of Shambhala, the Star of Estara, I think, the one where the bad guy stole the brother's face of the sister, who ended up being a potential ship for Ed ever so slightly, just for the movie's sake. But they all had their different forms of alchemy. Their parents even had a philosopher's stone that the brother ate to survive after getting his face ripped off. His family made 2 alchemy seals, one of ice and one of lightning. And the girl lived in what could be Meteor City, a trash dump city. They had also learned a form of alchemy that is like reconstruction, that only uses 3 prongs. And there's also a form of healing alchemy that they had. All this good shit. The weird one right next to Naruto, consider that one a special one that's going to manipulate mostly energy flow, or chakra, if you will, or the structure of chakra within a body. That being said, we're continuing on. I cannot find the sleepiness. I cannot find it, I'm not gonna lie. As we continue, we time skip 3 days as Hotaru, Naruto, and Izuku have finally been able to find Utakata. However, it was with Utakata having a hole through his stomach thanks to Hidan and Kakazu finding him. Of course, Hidan kinda went a little overboard by stabbing him in the stomach, thinking, well, he's a Jinchuriki, he should be fine. Well, yeah, but no. As Utakata would then blow a poison acid bubble at Hidan's eyes, needing Kakazu to kinda make him retreat because Kakazu himself had lost 2 hearts. Of course, this does not stop neither Naruto or Izuku from coming in and helping. Now, in this one, Kakazu gets taken out a lot earlier because Izuku and Naruto decide to use a tag team move that they've both been wanting to do. You see, Izuku would pump his Dark style, Steel style, Swift style with Naruto's Biju Chakra, Sage Mode, and Wind Chakra. And Water Chakra. Nothing too much. So they're combining all this as a dark Rasen Shuriken, a black orb of Rasen Shuriken is formed. The blades still propel and spin like normal. As from here, it then turns into three. It is spread with Naruto holding two, with one in his arm, one in his chakra arm, and then one with Izuku's arm. As this is when Hotaru would throw a kunai, a three-pronged one, towards Kakazu, who, he's just laughing. He just go like, silly girl. He uses Earth Style to make his arm like, I want to say it was like metal, that weird armament jutsu that they were using. It looked like armament hockey, I'm not going to lie. So, damn, that yawn I could not fight. As we're going back to the what if. Right before it even hits Kakazu, Izuku blips into existence and yells, Rasen Oblivion! As, yes, rather than a basic nature chakra, I was about to say Naker. What's a Naker? That sounds like a weird, fucked up, racist pirate redneck. Ugh, hate myself for that one. Gross, disgusting. Fuck you, Ivan. Hurtful? Eat a dick. Did I just tell myself to eat a dick? Is that gay? Yes, that is gay. Fuck you, fuck you. Oh god. This is what it's like just to be me. I'm not even gonna cut out I don't even know if I can edit this. Oh, am I kidding? Oh, I'm too lazy to edit this shit. Damn. 37 minutes. As I have to still set up the next arc. Fuck. Anyway. Continuing on with the what if, as Naruto, he smells that the Rasen Oblivion had hit Kakazu, sent him up towards the air. The blade is still propelling him forward. Kakazu cannot run away from this, as Hidan's just saying, damn it! As Utakata's just like, ha! As, he says, bubble jutsu blows one big ass bubble to trap Hidan's body and have him float upwards. As this is when Izuku, Hotaru would, shunship. Or is it shunship? Body flicker? I'll just say the English one. I'm trying to be cool by saying the Japanese one. Anyway, as we all do that, we all know that. As they go, Hotaru starts to try and heal the injuries that Utakata has, but oh no, he can't. Saiken is also very low on chakra from the battle itself, so Hidan should have not stabbed him. Not enough chakra. So, yeah, unfortunately. So, here we're going with, Hidan being up in the air, as Naruto takes this to throw his two Rasen ones, and unfortunately for Kakazu, who got exploded and dies, when Izuku throws his two at Hidan, a vortex pulls in the bubble right before the two Rasen Oblivions could, impact Hidan. So, poor Hidan. He didn't get killed, but he got saved. No sacrifice to his Lord Jashin. I'm tired. As we are now continuing on with the story. Now Naruto, he's confused on what he should do. As he knows Utakata's dying and Saiken is about to be dispersed. Kurama knows this is true. Knows this to be true, as Izuku, he kind of knows too, but there's not much they can do. As Saiken, he's telling Utakata just to open the seal, let out his chakra. Don't let him die. Saiken, I want to say Saiken was a guy, or was it a girl? I'm gonna pause.